kind of keep his wits sharp and, you know,
and
also
gets
let him
people to like just open to, you know, like we're constantly
secrets.
told and we constantly see like how well Tyrion like is able to like know people, read people. Like,
yeah,
this is clearly an easy way to get to
practice that. Yeah, for sure. And then though he brings up Brienne or guesses that she's a virgin, to which she immediately gets embarrassed and leaves. Poor Brienne.
Yeah, that was like as soon as he said that, like, and the way that he said it in such a like straight. So he said it, and then I thought maybe he was gonna like go somewhere with it, but it just stayed weird and creepy and like intrusive. And I was just like that's unsettling a little bit to me. Like,
yeah,
that's just where you're gonna leave this.
I saw some like think pieces about that too. I felt like it's just Tyrion and he's like an oversharer. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think he knew it was going to embarrass her necessarily, or like really meant for it to be that. I think he just said it and then was like, oh, sorry.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, he almost even didn't look like he realized that maybe he crossed a line or something.
Podrick did, like, though. There's people who are like, oh, Podrick drank. Maybe he didn't actually do anything with the, like, whores in the earlier. I was like, no, he just drank because that was fucking awkward.
Right. Like, so he had something to do.
Yeah, he just to look down and not look at her, you know. But yeah, then she leaves, which leads into our Jamie and her finally happens. Tormund, of course, gets shut down right before that.
Oh, yeah.
She's clearly never been interested in. But
it's nice to, like, have that actually happen. And she's just like, I'm leaving. And
yeah, because she only has eyes for Jamie.
Right. After all this talk, they just want to let the audience know, like, this isn't happening.
It's been, like, good comic relief, but she's only ever loved Jamie, who then comes up to her room. I was a little surprised by how forward he was, but I guess that was the only way it was ever going to happen.
Yes, 100% agree. It was real cringe-worthy, his like, approach. I guess maybe because...
Where she's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, like, it's not his sister, so maybe that's why he's so awkward. I don't know, but it was really stumbling through it.
Yeah, I mean, that was satisfying to finally get that and, you know, have him acknowledge that he has had feelings for her. And as far as we know, I mean, it's definitely in the books, but I think also in the show too, he's never been with anyone but Cersei. So this is kind of a growing moment for him.
Yay, Jamie.
Yay, for now.
Yeah.
And then later in the episode, he immediately leaves to go back to Cersei.
I think that's debatable. I think that there is definitely a part of that, but I don't know.
He says, but he like ripped Brienne's heart out and stomped on it.
Yes, but
after making moves.
So, okay, so it's his sister, and like he's only ever loved her, and he's done all these things for her. So I get that initial like tug that's going to bring him back there. However, I don't think where a lot of the reaction has been like, oh, okay, well, that whole redemptive arc that you had is now just like quashed. I think that we maybe need to give Jamie a moment. That was a rather like abrupt departure. But I don't think he's done yet, and I think that was, in my mind, that was like a big like feint by the writers. You know, like, oh, we're gonna fake you out here, and you're gonna think he's like kind of going backwards again, but you know, he'll turn it around.
I don't think it's a fake out. I think he really is conflicted. I think he does still love Cersei. I think like he probably still loves both of them, but I think that he can also love Cersei and then kill her.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think it was a fake out on his part. I think on the writing of the show. Yeah. Like, they're trying to fake us as audience.
Although, I'm, like, less confident. If you ask me, you know, anytime before now, I've always, like, thought the Valancourt theory was going to be Jamie. But I'm not sure the show's gonna do it anymore.
After the Arya being the one that took down the Night King, like, I think that the prophecies and theories that you have had like running between the shows and the books like have kind of dissipated.
Well, and the other thing is they
never
mention the Valancourt theory in the book, which is why, in the show. It's from the books. And I think they did that to not like tie themselves to it.
Right. They
could still give it to Arya.
They have mentioned in the show though this like we started our lives together, we'll end it together. Mm-hmm. So while that may not lead to Jaime being the one killing Cersei, like they may still somehow find the end of their lives entangled together. Yeah.
Okay, and then we have that, strategy meeting as Daenerys decides what she's going to do. And we learn that not all the Dothraki and Unsullied are dead, apparently. Only half of them. Not really what they were doing during that battle, but... And then we have that awkward Sansa and Dany scene where Sansa would like her to let everybody rest and chill out, because they just
fought a war.
Dead zombies.
Yeah, like this is the biggest thing these people have ever gone up against, and you want to march them right down to fight again?
Yeah, this just seems like another instance of when Sansa is giving good advice and everyone's ignoring her.
Right. Because Jon comes right back and being like, no, we've pledged, we're going.
We're doing what Dany says.
Yeah, and he looks directly at Sansa and just kind of like, hey, little sis, quiet down.
Yeah, not little sis anymore, but that's, how he treats her. I'm like, oh, you never had a good idea. Like, no, literally everything she's told you has been a good idea, and you've ignored it every time.
Right. Why aren't they listening to Sansa? I digress.
Yeah. And then, speaking of that...
I do love how that scene ends with Arya stopping Jon, like, we need to talk. Like,
oh yeah, her going to like block him from leaving the room. Like, listen,
no, come back here.
Yeah, that little Stark meeting
in true Stark fashion in the God's Woods.
Yeah, and Arya saying like she doesn't trust her either, which I think holds a lot of weight because right now they played it up to be like Sansa's kind of jealous and
almost like it's like a power struggle between those two.
But like Arya doesn't want to be in power. So the fact that she doesn't like her either, I think holds a little bit more weight. Mm-hmm. And obviously Arya is the one that Jon loves more. So that means something. And then, he finally reveals his secret. Finally.
Well, he makes Bran reveal it.
Oh yeah, that's right. After that promise, which let's be honest, Sansa was never going to fucking keep. Like there's no way.
Nope, and there's no way Jon was going to keep it. Like, we got 3 episodes left, guys. Like, that secret's not staying quiet.
Yeah, and we didn't talk about, like, kind of how messed up that is that Dany wants him to in the first place. Mm-hmm. Like, she could just share the throne or whatever, or just be happy that she has a living relative, but nope.
Just fully 100% threatened.
Yeah, so...
paranoid, one might say.
You have that Tyrion and Sansa scene later where she reveals it. And speaking of people just like not giving Sansa enough credit, everybody's been like, oh my God, Ned Stark kept that secret for 20 years and she just blew it. And I'm like, what did she know? That's a good thing.
Right.
People need to know.
And honestly, like she already, okay, let's think about this logically. She distrusts Daenerys. Like Daenerys has not been a good leader in Sansa's eyes. Like, why wouldn't she take this opportunity to be like, well, Jon, who now is not my brother, but now that I know has a better claim to the throne,
who I do trust and love,
that crazy lady off the throne.
Yeah,
we need to get this around and see what kind of chess moves we can.
And who does she tell? But Tyrion, someone she trusts, who she thinks is smart, and who is her Dany's current hand, and who Sansa saw a glimmer of doubt in his mind about Dany, which she kind of revealed in the crypts with her.
And I think it was carefully played. Like she's calculated too. Sansa is like she knows who she's talking to. She knows Tyrion's the hand. She can kind of see him. Whenever he does have those doubts about Daenerys, and she's trying to like wait off of that loose. Yeah, like
absolutely
smart play, Sansa.
Yeah. Well done,
my girl.
Just never given enough credit. And we kind of have that scene where Bronn shows up. We called that one. He didn't kill them, but he was a little harsher than I thought.
Yeah, I thought he was going to be a little bit more conflicted. Honestly.
Yeah, Highgarden. That's a high demand. So I don't think Dany's going to like that.
Yeah, no, but I thought that was like a stupid plan. Like, what? Okay, so you're going to let them live, and now you get Highgarden. Nobody else heard this promise. They could always just kill you and find you and kill you and then not have to give you anything. Like, you didn't take a hostage or anything to, like, sort of keep this promise to play out. Like, he just, like, left and was like, I'll come see you after the war. I was like, that's a terrible decision.
I did kind of like... Lannister is supposed to always pay his debts, but I don't know. You're really betting on, like, them both making it, too. That's an important point, also. Yeah. Like, only putting your trust in two people who have to live to the end, you know? And Highgarden, it's an interesting play. I mean, that would make him one of the most powerful lords in Westeros.
Yeah, there's no seat there. Like, nobody has that seat, right?
No.
It's an empty seat.
The next, after the Tyrells, would have been the Tarleys.
Yeah, that's
are
right.
lords of Highgarden now. So that's also maybe a problem. Like, I don't know if Dany wants to further insult the Tarleys than she already has by literally burning two of them.
Yeah.
But, you know, we'll see. Because Sam does have a sister. And I guess that's where Sam's headed now that the Night's Watch is over.
Right. And he's got a son.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And he will have a son and another kid. So then, of course, we have the scene. Tormund is heading off back north.
Oh, the goodbyes.
The goodbyes. And Jon doesn't fucking pet Ghost. What the fuck, Jon? What the fuck?
That was also like a big emotional pose. Like, why am I so...
He whimpers.
The motion between this...
Whimpers in the background. It's ridiculous.
You know what I like to think? I like to believe that, you know, so Jon has that moment with Sam and Jon, you know, where they're saying goodbye, and Sam says that, you know, you're the best friend I ever had. Jon's like, yeah, man, you too. And then he looks at Ghost, and because it's kind of like, no, you are my best friend, kind of, but Ghost is so.
Fuck
like,
that.
I think
he
that
could have.
I think it was too hard for him to like say goodbye to Ghost, so he was just like couldn't.
Well, and he did say to Tormund he would like see him again, so maybe he's planning to head back up there. But I was just like, you are fucking dead to me. How could you not honor that good boy? He lost an ear for you in your damn zombie war.
Oh yeah, like the
it's like he's all broken and whimpering, and Jon's just like, later, Gator. Just no. Like, he rides a dragon for 10 minutes and is like, don't need direwolves anymore. Do you think that was, like, on the part of the writing? Like, trying to, like, say his, like, allegiance is not with Starks anymore? I don't know. And maybe a lot of people brought up the budget thing, but I'm like, they've had him pet him before. It's not...
Yeah, no, I don't know
all the
about
other,
the allegiance.
You know, extravagant shit they've done in CGI. I think they can handle, like, a 3-second scene. Wolf. Yeah. Come on. I was so mad. I think I yelled out loud when we were watching. And, you know, speaking of the other allegiance Jon has to his dragon, Rhaegal.
The fuck?
Damn.
I'm gonna say that.
That was out of nowhere. Like, I definitely thought another dragon was gonna die in the battle with Cersei, but not before they get there.
It was just so frustrating because you're fucking dragons. Like, you have the elevation and, like, you know, the opportunity to scout what's ahead of you.
Yeah.
Like, why the hell are you riding so low and, like, over the ships before you turn a corner?
Giant fleet of ships.
You should have saw this coming, and just stupidity.
And you let that fucking Disney pirate take out one. I hate Euron so much, and the fact that he got to take down a dragon was just like, oh.
Yeah, like, he doesn't deserve to, like, to be able to take down a dragon.
Yeah, I would rather it personally be Cersei or just, like, anybody else. Like, when Bronn hit Drogon, you're like, shit, I don't know who I want to cheer for here, because, like, I like you both. Yeah. But Euron, no.
Does not deserve it. I'm just really looking forward to him dying next episode.
Well, and now Jon can't ride anymore with Dany, so, like, that's a little bit of a hindrance, I feel like, in their sort of blooming relationship, too. But, yeah, I could not believe it. Mm-hmm. And then